All right, so here are the facts here. Biden gives an executive order, basically signs it, saying he wants to limit the amount of people that are coming in, but saying nothing about the amount of people that do not qualify for asylum that are going to be allowed to stay, right? So we're talking limitation, and honestly, the limitation is still ridiculously high. So that's an issue. I can tell you this right now. So when it comes to a lot of the people that are in leadership, specifically that are on the border states, they are going to have a lot to say, about this, guys. Right? So I expected the governor, most likely the governor at least of Texas, to say something at the bare minimum, and it seems like he may be, based off the title of the video. But either way, let's go and check this out immediately. This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's do it, guys.
Wednesday marked the first day of deportations under President Biden's latest executive order on immigration. The order turns away migrants seeking asylum at the southern border who crossed illegally. That policy will be in place until the weekly average of daily illegal border crossings falls below 1,500. And even if that happens, it would be reinstated if the average goes back up to 2,500. But there was no dramatic change in migrant crossings on the order's first day.
Right.
In effect, Border Patrol recorded 4,000 migrant apprehensions between ports of entry on Wednesday. That's slightly higher than the May average of 3,800 per day. For more on this, we're joined by John Moritz. He is the chief politics reporter.
Bro, he should have limited it to like 2.
For the Austins.
And they had to need to definitely make sure that the people that are actually coming in are and will qualify for asylum.
Austin American statesman, John, thank you for joining us. So what's the reaction been from leaders in Texas about this executive order?
Interestingly, both Democrats and Republicans seem to have problems with it on the whole. There are some exceptions on the Democratic side. But Governor Abbott, as we might expect, calls it a sham, a smokescreen, all kinds of things. Should have happened a long time ago. And even if it had happened a long time ago, this wouldn't have been the way to address the problem. If you're Democrats, it's like, why are you punishing legitimate asylum seekers? They're here coming to America like many people did through the generations of our country. And why now? And so it's kind of put the president in sort of a no-win situation in Texas.
Guys, really quickly, we do know the facts now. 8 out of 10 migrants that have come are going to be declined. All right. But while they're in the process of seeing judges, etc., they're in fact allowed to be in the United States of America, basically withdrawing funds from every single major city in the United States of America. Right? Taking away schools and parks from kids who have parents that have been paying into the tax base for years. Right? That's the reality of the situation. 2 out of 10 will stay, 8 out of 10 will leave. Okay, there needs to be a gigantic revamping of what exactly is asylum. All right, at the border, if you say this here, you don't come in, bro.
And what about regular folks? They got busy lives. Maybe it's not even registering, but it's such an issue in Texas. How's it being received in the public?
It's not being ignored. As expected, immigration is probably the biggest concern among Texas voters this election cycle. Interestingly enough, the Hispanic community, if we could even attempt to make it monolithic, is sort of split on it. Your rural Hispanic people who live in South Texas are a little bit more supportive of aggressive enforcement, more liberal and especially more younger Hispanics living in the urban and suburban parts of the state. They're the ones who are pushing back on Biden's executive order, and that's being reflected in the Democratic Congress people from those regions who have weighed in.
So basically what he's saying here, I'll just kind of summarize it here. He's saying the people that are actually affected, as in the people that are in the rural places closer to the border, the ones who are affected are like, bro, something has to get done. And then the ones who are in the suburbs, completely comfortable with literally no migrant anything during their day, these are the ones who are saying, no, let's let this go on. Let's turn this into a sanctuary city. Basically, is what they're saying here. You have people who have not a single bit of insight into the situation that's happening at the border, and then the people who actually have an insight, and the people that actually have the insight are saying, enough.
So that's a super important insight into that split, because Texas Representative Sylvia Garcia said the order would be detrimental to the Biden campaign standing with Hispanic voters. A, do you think that's right? And B, should we always keep in mind when we hear things like that to understand that split that you just articulated so well?
Yes, the Republican Party in Texas makes no secret that it wants to make some serious inroads into South Texas and even into the urban pockets among Hispanics. It's their argument, and I was just talking with the party chairman yesterday, that many of these folks are more conservative in their outlook. Perhaps even from Catholic upbringing, making them, less comfortable with the national liberal Democratic base. And so, yes, there is some concern that Biden could see his share of the Hispanic vote in Texas drop from what it was 4 years ago.
And guys, it's not just Texas. We can literally look at the urban centers all across the United States of America. You'll start to realize instantly that everyone that is being affected by it is saying the same thing. Okay, and the ones who live and are really far from the actual case study, let's say, they're the ones who are like, let's keep this a sanctuary city. But notice all of the cities that are saying, except for Denver, specifically, all of the cities that are saying, let's remain a sanctuary city, so they're all being like, listen, bro, enough now. All of the ones that said that are now done with it. How is that a thing? Because again, you generally don't care about anything until it actually affects you. That's the sham, basically, of humanity, guys.
See his share of the Hispanic vote in Texas drop from what it was 4 years ago.
And what final question, John, is about the governor. He has played at the national level on this issue. Obviously, it's important for him, but with the busing and being outspoken on it, what do you expect from the governor other than criticism? Is he planning anything else in response to this?
Interestingly enough, the day after, or maybe 2 days after the president issued his order, the governor here announced that he was starting a 10 most wanted list for immigrants who are here without authorization. So if the president puts in $1 worth of chips, Biden puts in $2.50 to $3 worth of chips on his side of the table.
John Moritz with the Austin American Statesman. Thanks a lot, John.
All right, so he obviously meant governor in that instance here. I'm going to say that based off of what I can guess is that this is a too little, too late situation here. This should have been done months ago, and more should be done now, right? But I get it. You're trying to maintain the base of people who are not they're not actually affected, right? I get that, Biden. It makes all the sense in the world, right? You make sure you maintain your base for the most part. But the problem here is, guys, this is all coming oddly, suspiciously right around, election time. We're coming up to election time soon. And he knows one of the bigger issues that America is currently split on is immigration, the concept of migrancy, asylum seekers versus economic migrants. Right? That's really what it is here. And we know the facts here. The facts are 8 out of 10 are going to be declined, meaning that 8 out of 10 are not here for asylum. So why are they here? Right? Why are they currently draining the coffers of Manhattan, New York City, and Chicago? How is that a thing? I don't know. Let me know. Help me out. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.